In this video from Learn Electrics, we will take a look at parts 1, 2 and 3 of the wiring regulations. We'll be working to BS7671 18th edition amendment number 2. This is the big brown book and it will be the only book allowed in the exam. The exam is based on your understanding of how to use the book, not on how many pages you can remember. If you have the brown 18th edition book, then please do pause the video at each of the questions and follow along. The 18th edition exam is 120 minutes duration and there are 60 questions. That equates to 2 minutes per question. Individual questions are not timed. You can take as long as you need, but an electronic timer will terminate your exam at 120 minutes exactly. Therefore, practice exam questions. Become familiar with the book so that you can take, on average, less than 2 minutes per question. This will bank time for you for harder questions later in the exam. And parts 1, 2 and 3 will account for about 12 exam questions. The split between the questions will be something like this, and 12 questions equates to 20% of the exam questions. You need to understand the regs book. That cannot be understated. You don't need to remember all the regulations, you just need to understand how the book is laid out and how to locate the right area for your answer search. And hopefully this video will help. The main contents page on page 3 will give a very brief overview of the different parts of the wiring regulations book. I will often begin my answer search on page 3. It will quickly direct me to the correct pages for more detailed information. It will direct me to page 19, where we will find the contents page for part 1. Lots more detailed and very useful information. Learn how to use these pages. And part 3 has its own contents page 2 on page 50. To give yourself the best chance in the exam, learn where these contents pages are and how to use them. Let's begin by looking at part 1. You will have about 4 exam questions on this part. Part 1 is about the scope, object and fundamental principles of the regulations. What is the scope of the regulations? What installations are included in the requirements of the wiring regulations or not included? We need to know the limits of their effect. And the object of the regulations will tell us what we are trying to achieve. In this case, it is to provide for safety and the proper functioning as intended for use of the included installations. The fundamental principles section lays out the ground rules without any specific detail. How to provide for safety of persons, livestock and property from dangers that may arise in an electrical installation. These fundamental principles will tell you the things to consider but not how to do them. Remember that part 1 has its own contents page with lots of details that will often direct you straight to the answer. Learn how to use this page and, indeed, all the contents pages. Pay extra special attention to fundamental principles. They are the ground rules without detail. What do I mean by this? Take regulation 132.6, the cross-sectional area of conductors. It lists all the items to consider when selecting cables, such as maximum temperature, voltage drop, installation methods, etc. But without giving you any numbers, without telling you the size of conductors. That comes later. But let's begin with a couple of questions on chapter 11, because you are absolutely guaranteed to get at least one question on chapter 11. There are 2 regulations, lists really, that you absolutely must know how to find. This first regulation is 110.1.1 on page 20, and it lists all the installations that are included within the scope of these wiring regulations and is a popular choice for questions. The second regulation of interest is 110.2 on page 21, and this does the opposite. It lists all the installations to which the wiring regulations do not apply. Here's the first exam style question. Which of the following electrical installations is not included in the scope of the wiring regulations? And then there are 4 possible answers. This is a not question. The answer will be in the list of not included installations, Regulation 110.2 on page 21. So, answer C is correct. Electric fences are not included in the scope of the regulations. Another question, number 2, is on the same theme. Which electrical installation is included within the scope of the wiring regulations? Pause the video and attempt the question. Answer A is correct. The correct answer is in Regulation 110.1.1 on page 20. The other 3 are all in the not list in Regulation 110.2. Again, a simple case of comparing the data in the lists. And do remember how to find these lists. You will need them in the exam. Question 3 asks, the relationship with statutory regulations indicates that the wiring regulations are something. Pause the video and look at page 19, the contents page for part 1. Find an entry for relationship with statutory regulations. Page 19 will send you to Regulation 114 on page 21, reproduced below. The regulations are non-statutory and may be used in a court of law, so answer D is correct. Now for a look at part 2 of the wiring regulations, called definitions, and beginning on page 29. Definitions is made up of 3 sections, an alphabetical list much like a technical dictionary, a 2-page section of symbols that are used in the regs book, and lastly a 2-page section explaining the abbreviations that are used. The first section of definitions is a list of words and their meanings, much like a dictionary. Shown here is part of a page plucked at random. Shock current are the words used, the technical vocabulary used in the book, shown in the red oblong. The sentence underlined in blue is the definition, or what the words mean. It's so easy to find the right answer if you read the question. If a question asks, what is the definition of? It is telling you the answer is in part 2 definitions. All you need to do is to match the words and the answer. Try this question. An electrical system for electrical equipment provided to protect or warn persons in the event of a hazard or essential to their evacuation from a location is a definition of. One of the possible answers will have this exact description, but which one? Pause the video and find each of the answers in the book beginning on page 29 and find a word-for-word match to the question. Some of the answer choices will not appear in the book. Don't worry about it, move on to the next answer choice. The answer is going to be in the alphabetical list of definitions. Find each of the possible answers in the alphabetical list and compare the words for a match. As shown here, answer choices A and D do not appear in the regs book. They've been made up, so ignore them and move on. Answer B does not even come close to matching the words in the question. But answer C is an exact match. Choose answer C, safety service, found on page 42. It's easy if you follow a logical method. And this question, also from definitions. Which of the following voltage ranges contains the voltages for supplies to households? Again, the answer will be found in definitions. Look for the key word in the question. What word in the question also appears in every answer? The common word is voltage, and we will find this entry on pages 44 and 45. Find band 2 voltages at the top of page 45, and there is the wording from the question. Our answer is D. Questions about voltages are popular with exam setters. Make sure that you can find this entry in definitions. Now try this question. What is the symbol to be used for the rating factor for circuits buried in the ground? Again, pause the video and have a go yourself. We know that the symbols are part of definitions, so look on pages 46 and 47 for an answer. Simply find each symbol and match the wording with the question. If all is going as planned, we should have answer D. The symbol to be used is CC. Easy. Part 3 now, Assessment of General Characteristics, starting on page 50. Learn how to find these contents pages. They really are your friend in the exam and when working on site. What is Assessment of General Characteristics? Part 3 will get you to look at and answer important questions about the installation so that it can be designed and constructed for function and safety. Things like, what is the supply to be used for? What current demand is there? What type of supply is it, and what is the system earthing type? And consideration of the division of the installation into circuits for safety and proper functioning. Try this question. The drawing of the conductor arrangement of a supply is shown. This is representative of what system? And 4 possible answers. Pause the video and find the answer. Look at Part 3 contents page, page 50. A few lines down you will find an entry, Regulation 312, conductor arrangement, and so on. The same words used in the question. Find Regulation 312 on page 51 and then find Figure 3.4 on page 52. The drawing matches star connection, so we should choose answer A. This is a 3-phase, 3-wire star connection. Another question on part 3. Which of the following is not listed in the wiring regulations as a safety service? The key word here is safety service. Go to page 50, the part 3 contents page, and look down the list. You're trying to find the key word safety service. Chapter 35 is titled Safety Services, and it tells us to go to page 58. The answer is found in Regulation 351, Note 2. The key to this answer is that ventilation systems does not appear in the list on page 58. Smoke and heat extraction equipment might be on the list, and it might be used to ventilate the building, but the actual words ventilation system are not on the list, and the question asks what is not listed. Answer D, ventilation systems. A little summary then. Parts 1, 2 and 3 account for about 12 questions in the exam. Use the contents pages for parts 1 and part 3. They will guide you to the correct area, certainly within a page or so of the right answer. Remember that part 2, definitions, has 3 sections. Definitions, symbols and abbreviations. Look for key words in the questions. They will help your search. There will always be enough information in each question to help you to find the answer. And use the contents pages. They are there to help you. Practice and familiarity with the wiring regulations book is so very important. A little practice often is better than waiting until the night before the exam. Thank you for watching. It is very much appreciated. Please subscribe to our channel to get access to all of our videos, and remember to click on notify to be sure of not missing our next video. And you will find even more information, videos and help on our website at learnelectrics.com. And don't forget that you can also type in Learn Electrics, all one word, into the YouTube search bar to go directly to our channel at any time from any computer. We are constantly adding new videos to our channel. Don't miss the next one. And once again, thank you for watching, and we hope to see you again very soon.